I've got someone today who would like to tell us a bit about the Dragon's Revenge book. His name's Wayne Stirling, and he's helped me with some of the proofreading as well. And today he's dressed up as the ancient oracle. So if you'd just like to welcome Wayne, I can see you've got a question. You look wonderful.
Morning, everybody. Greetings, Earthlings, from Reloria. I am Oric, the Oracle. And as you know, we have got great trouble on Reloria. From Reloria, we give you all thanks for your wonderful support. But the grim situation at present is as this. We have 8 hunters. We have 2 dwarves, Raja and Raja. We have an elf called Dayra. We have 3 halflings, Fendi, Rando and Sienna. And of course, we have a dragon. At present, an invasion fleet of 1,000 wooden battleships stretched for miles across the sea of orange. Vergay warriors pounded their heavy swords in time with each other. An evil battle chant roared across the large ocean swell, with 80 Vergay below decks on each ship rode in time to the hammering of each steel. The Vergay were strong. Scaly warriors from across the sea with thick green hides and long tails. These fearsome creatures fought with spiked mace called morning stars. Yet they were slaves of the mighty Cyclops, giants who expectantly on rough-made decks stood. The Cyclops came from a nearby orange planet called Denara and were immune to our Relorian magic, while their weapon was a white-hot laser beam which blasted from a single eye. In recent generations, the Cyclops' numbers have been diminished through their own warfare amongst themselves, but there was still enough of them to damage Reloria. The most powerful and most intimidating of them all is the Emperor Chiguru. This Emperor had a greedy look of anticipation on his face. He was oblivious to the dozens of hand-fighting Junda giants who looked at him with expectation. The Junda could snap a Vergay's neck in half with their large hands, but even they were wary of the ruthless and ambitious power of their leader. The Cyclops had promised to leave the entire continent of Reloria, our homeland, to the scaly Vergay after gathering their prize of all remaining magical creatures in their land. Kidrock, one of the main Vergay, was very sceptical of that hungry power, and that he was scared that the Emperor would not hold his honour to his promise. But the Vergay had no choice. They were overpowered. Reloria was the only continent for the Vergay of their world in Damar which had not been plundered and had not been exhausted by these parasitic creatures. Now the Vergay, they were itching for battle. Their spiked morning stars weapons within easy reach of the wooden benches next to their oarings. On many of the ships, beaten and miserable prisoners were tied to the mast. All but one of these prisoners were Nanelli wizard captives. The giants, somehow immune to the magic of Zumar, a fact that the conquered wizards now fully accepted. Heavily shackled on the command ship was the sleeping elf, Zelda Moon. He is the crown princess of Reloria. He was captured by Vergay during a recent attack on Reloria. He had been taken by portal to the giant's land. The Emperor had ordered the elf not to be harmed because he was going to use him to bring the submission of the Elven Queen to her knees. The giant from Vergay virtually ignored the prisoner, kept him fed only once a day. Prince Moon, he looked in utter defeat, for the Cyclops had destroyed his magical jewel and imprisoned his daughter, Shari Rose, who had helped him create this invisible field which protected all of Reloria. The blackened state of the pearl in his forehead meant that he could no longer perform magic and he was unable to protect Reloria. The Emperor shouted. Orders to halt was relayed across the entire fleet and the Vergay laid down their oars. Small beady eyes peered expectantly out of the scaly muzzle faces, looking through small oar holes at a line of red marker buoys straight across in a line in the point of the Sea of Orient. This marked the boundary of the protective elven shield of Reloria, which had held the Vergay out for 70 years. Emperor Chigaroo barked out an order and his ships alone rowed forward. A strange quiet spread over the fleet, all eyes watching eagerly as the Emperor's ship closed on the buoys. Expectation hung in the air. That is where we are up to. That is the plight of Reloria. To find out more, you'll have to buy the book. Now we have 8 hunters bound on an impossible quest to free their land from this terrible enemy. The friendships that these characters have formed have overcome great obstacles. The story continues without letter, with some new characters added to fuel our imagination. There are lots of wonderful and exciting twists in this final book, the trilogy. It will have you laughing with. It will have you crying for and yelling out warnings to the characters as danger lurches. Casper brings these characters alive and you get the feeling that you are often there with them. Sword in hand, helping to combat the enemy. You are living the characters and forming the same friendship bonds. 4 children, big and small, they will have their eyes glued to the addictive pages of this thrilling series. The only drawback that I found is at the end of the trilogy, there's no more, the story's over. So we're going to go back to the beginning and start again. Casper has done a marvellous job in writing these novels for all of us to enjoy, while juggling home duties, life, children and work. How does she do it? Obviously she has a Reloria magic. All I can say now is, let us wait for the mini-series. Thank you.